Ghost of Yotei, groundbreaking sequel, or is the game just more of the same? Is it something that unique that can stand out on its own, or is there enough of Ghost of Tsushima's bones here that is kind of like unmistakable from I guess its predecessor?
Are we just gonna jump in? Is like hopscotch?
Yes, absolutely.
So right. Oh, double Dutch. It is for those that haven't played Ghost of Tsushima. I find that it has branched very far away from it in a lot of gameplay and kind of natural progression of the game. I do like some of the new mechanics that they've introduced into the game.
I agree.
But to say it's a true, the way they try to pitch it, where yes, it's 300 years later, it stays in the same lineage that I like, but to pitch it that it's not the same as the original, I don't really buy into that. But I do like that it's enough of a change, if that makes sense, for me personally.
I kind of agree with that. I will voice my
I already knew you were going
to be. I will voice my opinions later on, but me and you, Ghost, have already played the first one. We were there day one. Enjoyed it for what it was. Has 100 hours in Legends. Duke came in late. He did play a little bit of Legends with us, but you didn't get to play any of the story. So, as a new player coming into this series, what has been your experience so far?
So what Cal said, I didn't play Ghost of Tsushima, the whole story mode or whatever. I kind of immersed myself into Legends, and I fell in love with the multiplayer part of that, where you had to grind to get what you want out of the game, skins, and as you guys know, I'm a huge cosmetic guy, so visuals are everything to me.
Absolutely.
Like I've said before, but playing Ghost of Yotei, visuals, the graphics, tore me up. Like I spent so much time just riding around on a horse, like not doing anything, not gathering anything, not on the actual story line. I'm riding around the fields. Like I was so amazed with how it looks on console, right? Everybody expects a graphic card on a PC and the graphics to be outstanding, but
top notch.
The product that they put together and it correlating to screen from a console, I think it's graphically one of the best games I've seen in my experiences so far. Just based off of that, I have no complaints at all, and that's my opinion of the game so far.
Graphically, game's beautiful. I don't have any problems with it at all.
It's up there with like Red Dead. Like we're talking about AAA.
Oh, Red Dead was
status,
crazy.
Graphic. Like I think it's a mixture of like the leaves moving in the snow, like the physics engine and all that's going on, plus like the incredibly vivid colors that they use and like the stark contrast between these two colors, because sometimes you go up north in the snow, but then there'll be red trees up there, and it's just like it's like I don't even just visually stunning at all times. And you kind of get like, once you get off of this game, you could play something else. It's kind of going to make other games look weird because you've been immersed in this world for so long. You kind of don't want to leave just because of how fantastic they've done these graphics. Also, the game's art style is incredible as well. I just absolutely love it, especially like during some of the cutscenes and when they go back and they're telling a story and they're kind of like giving you this visual of like ink on paper of the story. I love all of that. I think it is just so well done. It's like the art style is just fantastic in this game. What about combat? What do you guys think about combat? So Ghost of Tsushima, we had stances though, and yeah, I think that was it. We only had the katana, and then we had the bow, and then we had our ghost weapons. So now with this game, we have avoided stances, we have taken stances out, and we have switched them for weapons. So what has been your experience so far with that?
Well, I don't want to say too much because I'll spoil it. Yeah, diarrhea to mouth. So far though, if we can agree, I think all three of us have the dual katanas, right?
Yeah, for right now, I switch between those and the chain weapon.
Okay, all right. So dual katana, like it, disgusting. The single blade is cool. It combats a lot of the weapons that you guys are gonna see in the game, but the dual katana for me is just nasty. The combat too, being able to, you don't have the opportunity to or the ability to dodge or do like a combat roll. You have to unlock that.
Yeah.
I almost wish that you kind of had that out the gate, because I guess learning how to parry, how to block and parry, it'll be new for somebody or it'll be different, kind of hard for somebody who's not used to playing like a God of War, where your parrying is how you get your counter off.
Right.
But you have to unlock it in a skill tree. And I feel like for people that are used to playing this kind of style combat game, it's okay. But if I'm a new player and I've never played an RPG like this right here, and I'm taught how to parry in game, it's not something I'm going to remember when I got nine fucking guys running up on me with swords. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
I want to roll, right? Combat's good. I just wish they would have did that a little bit different. But as far as combat, that's all I got.
Here's my main gripe about this game. So this is actually one of the most irritating things about this game. This is why if I hadn't got my armor when it did, I don't think I would have continued playing for a while, because it was starting to feel like Ghost of Tsushima all over again. Especially when I start going through your skill tree, and the skill tree is looking incredibly similar to Ghost of Tsushima. Please explain to me why rolling has to be in the skill tree. If Atsu has spent 16 years in the military, you mean this entire time in the army, she has not at one time in her life decided to roll out the way? Why is that? See, some of the stuff that Ghost of Tsushima had should have rolled over into this game. Honestly, perfect parrying, all of that, like slowing time down, that should have already been in her arsenal. That stuff that Atsu should have already known what to do. That is taking up space. That's where I feel like the laziness comes in with the skill tree. It's because this stuff should not have been there. That's another cool move that you could have put. That's taking the spot of something unique, I feel like. And that's where this game is starting to blend in a little bit too much with the first game. Yeah, it's gorgeous. I give it that, but there's only for me personally, there's only so many times I can run through a field of flowers before I'm like, okay, so what else are you bringing to the table? Me and Ghost had a conversation yesterday about how I feel like I don't like it when things are taken away. Like if you don't take stances away. If somebody wants to use the singular katana, then they should have given, when you pick that weapon up, all 4 stances should have been available to you for the singular katana. Maybe the stances don't migrate to all weapons, but stances should have been a signature perk of using a katana. Maybe the chain weapon had different types of stances or ways of holding it that changed the art style. Maybe there's combos laid beneath like certain weapons. Like for example, I was telling Ghost, God of War, sometimes your combo will change based on like if you pause in the middle of a swing, like his stance will change and it turns into something else. Like that's something that could have been easily implemented, I feel like, into this game, but it's more just, it feels more the same because now instead of switching stances, I'm just switching weapons to counter my to counter the enemy, because if you do that, obviously you kill them faster. I feel like the game sequels, I feel like sequels nowadays do not go like above and beyond like they used to back in the day. It feels more just like, oh, we're just refining what did not exist in the first one, and we're just continuing the story, making little refinements here and there, but at the end of the day, it still has the bones of the first game inside. I really think they missed the mark on that, and I just, it really bothers me that they went in that direction. I just do not like that at all. Now mind you, I love, and also another thing, the reason I don't like it is because people still don't have the what's the word, they don't feel like the weapon that they're using is the best for that scenario, so they feel pressure to switch in order to make the combat easier. I feel like whatever weapon's available in the game, you should be able to use that and just be able to kill just as fast as you would with a katana. There shouldn't have been no counters at all. It should have just been based off of your skill level with that weapon, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's my main gripe with this game. Combat is one of the best. This game still has one of the best combat in gaming, period. Especially melee combat. Still has some of the best combat, period. But I feel like they dropped the ball on that. I don't know if anybody else agrees. Oh, I mean, Duke, this is your first time with Ghost. I don't know how you felt about that.
Yeah.
I mean,
go ahead, brother. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Go ahead. I'd rather hear your opinions because this is all brand new and exciting.
For me, all right. So, Cal, you said the stances, right? Why not just keep it in the game? So, playing Legends in GOT, I feel like that introduction and being able to switch between stances was really good. Now, with Ghost of Yotei, I immediately saw that once I started making my way through the game that we didn't have stances. We just got weapons.
Right.
I love that. I'm gonna go against what you said as far as the stances goes, because I feel like they compensated for not having stances and the ability for the enemy to, I don't even know if this is a new thing or not, but the enemy glows yellow and they can knock you off balance and knock your weapon out your hand.
Yeah.
You could pick that weapon back up, or you could pick up a weapon of a down enemy and chuck it at an enemy charging at you. You know what I mean? I feel like they found different ways to comp the fact that they don't give you stances depending on what weapon you're using.
Here's why you're wrong. No, I'm just saying. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I mean, I'm a new player. I haven't played, GOT, so I'm not, I played multiplayer, so I'm not too in tune with how you guys feel, the things they should have kept in Ghost of Yotei. But I feel that's, I mean, aside from not keeping the stances, I don't think that it may deter you. It probably deterred you a lot from the game and that one thing, but I don't think it'll deter everybody who doesn't really care about having the stances in there.
Well, and here's the thing. I can be on the other side of that. I understand where Cal's coming from with the stances because we played a lot of in-game and Ghost of Tsushima, right? And he also used a weapon that had different stances to where his character could combat every type of enemy that he would run against, right? So having stances makes sense for the type of player that Cal is, right? He's a technical guy. He wants to have that mechanic. He wants to be able to do that type of thing. Well, not having stances doesn't really bother me because the way I've played Ghost of Tsushima and the way, and aside from the main game, because you got to play that a certain way, but like on the end game, for the last couple of years of playing it, I've just been playing a brute. And my character bullies his way through whatever stance you think you have. Yeah. Now, does it take a little bit longer than Cal's assassin to do it? Sure, I'll give that. But the character and the way my playstyle is I'm going to push through it no matter what. So I understand. I would like to have stances because I think it's really cool because my character did use stances in the prior game. But I'm also the type of player that I don't need to have stances for it to be a standout portion of the game to me. But I do understand both sides of it. I like the fact that I have different weapons and things like that. But do I also agree with Cal that I think it'd be cool, like if you were using the chain weapon, you switch up a style. Yeah, I think that'd be cool. Like going from a single sword to a dual sword, technically your stance changes, right? So I just think that would be kind of cool, but I don't know. I mean, to each its own. I guess it kind of appeals to some and not the other, but I don't know.
I feel like that's how they comped you too. Like they gave you different weapons instead of giving you stances. I feel like they compensated really well in my opinion. But I don't have 100 hours on the game where I've grown so used to having the stance that I pick depending on the enemy that I'm fighting. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Here's what I mean by
but it's also hard. I just want to get this one out because it's about you. I understand where Cal's staunch stance is on it because he's a tactician and he enjoys like if you ever watch him play like from a side view, he can actually switch between the stances like on an automatic fashion. So I understand where he's coming from with that and why he's so staunch in that stance. So I get it.
Here's what I say, going above and beyond. Like, say if you just picked up the katana for the first time in the game, because I would assume Atsu is like a weapon master. Picks up the katana. The katana is your main weapon. You like using the singular katana. Okay, that sword comes with 4 stances that you can use. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Chain weapon. Chain weapon gets crazy. The chain weapon is an area of effect weapon. So how about you can throw it. I like that. You can assassinate from a distance. That's awesome to me. What about taking that weapon, using the weapon to throw an enemy into another enemy? How about using that to create? I'm just off the top of the dome. I'm just thinking of different like combat moves that people can use. Like I'm trying to give players more agency, so I don't want them to feel like they have to switch. I want the players to really dial in the weapon that they're using and become a master of that. Now, if you want it to be a master of all, fine, but I would have given my players the agency to choose. If you wanted to use the dual katanas throughout the whole game, absolutely, go for it, because the further you go deeper into that tree, the faster you can kill enemies, regardless of what weapon they're using. But yeah.
Would you have rather of them institute like a calibration to the weapon?
Yes, because for me, a sequel is above and beyond. Like it's like God. I can't really think about, but God of War is like going above and beyond. It's like you set the foundation already with Ghost of Tsushima. Here's your time to go crazy. What if you could throw the katana up and kick it towards an enemy, then run towards them, and I don't know, like you run towards them, yank the sword out, and like go crazy with the weaponry.
Okay, Cal, I got an example for you. So I know exactly what you're talking about. The calibration or having the actual, like, you have different weapons, you have your stances, but you also, well, instead of having different weapons for this game, you have the tree for the weapon. So like Last Jedi, right? How they had the single lightsaber, dual lightsaber,
right?
Twin saber. You had the cross guard, right, where you actually got to level up the actual weapon that you're using.
Even though I hate the combat, but yeah, I did like the tree.
Now, perspective. Yep, I agree with you now. I got it.
But yeah,
faux show.
I am all about, when it comes to like the second one that you do, it is not about refinement. The third one is about refinement. that's your quality of life, because that's usually the last one that we're going to get. That second one needs to blow me away. Like, for example, I'm hoping in, story they give me, I don't want to use dual katanas, I want to use dual daggers. Like, for example, maybe if I'm using dual daggers, I can no longer parry, but maybe if I perfect parry, it counts as an instant kill if I swipe. Like, it's stuff like that where it just, like, your combat is
I can see that being an in-game mechanic.
Yeah, completely different. Also, one last thing I want to get off combat. People were acting like the enemies switching weapons on you was different. That's not different. That's from the first one. In Legends, that was a later update that they put in that allowed the NPCs to switch weapons on you. So that system is nothing new. But yeah, that was just one of the main things I was just kind of disappointed with. I hate seeing the same skills being used over and over again, and it honestly felt like I'm just going through Ghost of Tsushima all over again. I got irritated. But yeah, also I like the way that they weave like how you get some of these moves, like listening mode and being able to hear. I like, building a story around that. I do like that. But at the same time, I've already had that. That's not nothing new. I've seen this before.
妖帝六人衆のことを嗅ぎ回っているそうだな。
わざわざ居所を教えに来たのか?
Open world. So, me personally, I've been fatigued about open world for a long time. Like I said, Assassin's Creed gives me a headache every time I open the map and see a bunch of question marks. I log off. That's just how I am. But the way that Ghost of Tsushima, Ghost of Yotei does this, I think it is probably one of the best systems ever for open world, because everything happens organically. You go up to somebody, they point you in the direction of where you need to go. You stopping somebody from being mugged, and then at the end the enemies give you like information that you need. I like that no matter who you come across in the world, it always points you back towards the main objective. What do you guys think?
Go ahead, G.
I got to agree with that. I don't really like the question mark type thing. Maybe that's just from Division and every other game that kind of follows that GTA, that model. I really thoroughly enjoy just getting on the horse and just riding around and finding stuff. I did like that they instituted like the actual like NPCs that are like walking through the world. Like you can actually talk to them, and like sometimes they're merchants. Like I've walked into a merchant, didn't even know he was a freaking merchant. So there are just some things about the open world of this game that I think they do really well. I love that there's no mini map. Like, get this shit off the screen. The fact that we use wind, I think, is absolutely fantastic.
Yep.
You and I talked about this, I think it was yesterday. The reason why I like the open world so much in this game is because the engine that they are using is spectacular. Like, I don't know if I've ever played another game where I'm walking or running through the snow and I see the shimmer of sunlight like glitter across the floor. Just, I don't know, man. I thoroughly enjoy it because I can go, and I'm going to admit this on here, obviously no spoilers, but I beat the game. So to go from going from snow to valley to mountain to
grassland,
grassland, like each biome truly feels different. It feels organic. Just for me, I enjoy it. I don't think they did anything wrong on that side of it. But Ghost of Tsushima is the same way too.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, I think both games did a great job.
Playing a lot of RPG games. I have to agree with Cal that this is the best that I've seen, that I played, just because it fits what I like to do. Like if I want to go at my own pace, I fucking can. You know what I mean? Like I don't feel like I'm in a rush to do anything. Like
exactly.
I am. It's just me. I'm sitting here. I'm playing. I'm going at my own pace. I'm unlocking stuff that I want to unlock. Like I don't have to commit to, the storyline. I could go around to talk to all the merchants. I can go to all the inns. I can do anything I want. If I just want to get on to gather materials, I can do that. If I just want to ride a damn horse for 30 minutes. I can do that, right? I can.
Right.
But that's what the game gives you. You don't have to. You're not on a you don't have a suspense for the game. That's basically what I'm trying to say, and I enjoy it.
Well, anyway, I was telling Cal before you got on here, I beat the game by just casually going around and doing stuff.
Right.
Like it wasn't like it was no timetable. It was just like, oh, like I think I told you guys the other night while we were sitting there playing, like I'm in endgame already. Like I don't know what the hell happened. Like somehow I ended up here, but it's just I don't know. I was kind of baffled by it when I actually got there. I was like, oh, like I'm done. Okay, cool.
I think it does a
All
great
right.
job of tricking your brain into like, oh, I'm just free flowing through this world and just interacting with whatever I see, instead of feeling like the game is like, oh, you need to do this, and this, and you need to clear out this entire area. First of all, you need to wait a minute. I just got in here. I don't need all this pressure to go and look and, climb like Assassin's Creed has all of these towers I have to climb to clear out the fog of war from that. I am exhausted. I don't want to climb 30 to 50 towers constantly. It's just exhausting. But yeah, I also like the fact that when you buy maps from merchants, you actually have to put and match it to what's on the actual world map. I thought that was a really good intuitive way of like interacting with the map. I like all the armor is absolutely gorgeous, incredibly detailed. Everything that I see, I'm like, oh, that just looks fantastic. They did such a great job with the armor and the customization in this game. Trying to think of what else like really stood out. Oh, what do you guys think of the wolf?
I like it, but for reasons I can't talk about.
Yes.
Okay. I like that the wolf is not really it's not like a stable, like a constant companion. It's like, oh, he might show up to help you. I do like that. That changes the game a little bit, instead of having a companion constantly following you. I'm not far enough to the story to know if things change, but yeah, I do like that mechanic a lot. But yeah, all in all, they did a great job. I'm not going to sit here and be an idiot and say the game is terrible. It is not. It is definitely like one of the top games I've played this year. Still has some of the best combat I've played. I just wish they would have went above and beyond and really showed it. Now, like I said, things can change. Yeah, they should have did more. But like I said, things can change in multiplayer. That's what I'm really hoping for. That's what I'm really excited about. But yeah, I'm having a fantastic.
We got
time.
we got some other shit coming up this week.
Yeah, absolutely, Battlefield.
True,
but
I'm also interested to see, was this and I'm just going to throw this out there. I hope this ages well. I wonder if the initial game is safe, but the DLC is not.
What do you mean?
Like, I hope in the DLC they push the envelope a little bit. Like, what if they are instituting like little things, like get this out there. It's the first game is critically acclaimed. It got traction. They slow dripped it into PC, and now the hype's all the way back into it. It's got a bunch of new player base, because you and I talked about this. There's a lot of hand holding in this game.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Where it's every time you get a new weapon, hold L2 and switch to katana because it's good to... Shut up. I've done this 4 times. But my thought is, are they doing that because what they're going to bring out, you need to have a firm grasp on what is going on. So when they institute new stuff, it's not as a shocker. I hope that ages well. I hope it does. I hope multiplayer goes off. I really do, because I'll dump another 200 hours into it.
Absolutely.
I hope the wife didn't hear me say that.
But yeah, definitely can't wait to multiplayer. Like I said, just wish they went further. But anybody, before I end, does anybody have any closing thoughts? Anything else they want to add?
I love you.
He's gonna say that. No, man. I just want to say I appreciate you guys putting me on to Ghost. That the prequel in this one, in the Legends, and I'm looking forward to see what they drop in the future for this game because I think it'll be lit.
Oh, absolutely. Next year will be Ghost and GTA. It's going to be an insane year.
It's gonna be so great. It's gonna be so great.
Yeah. So yeah, let us know in the comments, guys, what you thought of the game, how far you're into it. I have seen a lot of people posting their drip online. A lot of people haven't made it past the snake because there's just so much side stuff to do in this game.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot.
But yeah, let us know in the comments what you think of the game. If you love it, I mean, are you in the same train with Duke where this is your first time, this is your first introduction to the series, or are you like me who was just hoping for something just a little bit more? I'm interested in seeing what people's perspective is on that. But yeah, above all else, make sure you like, subscribe, hit that bell, never miss a video. Appreciate the 3,000 subscribers. We really appreciate the support.
Yeah, boy.
Sure.
But yeah, we'll catch you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.
Later.